my advice to AJ is to not do a press conference. He wants to do a press conference. He wants to speak to you guys, so he's going to come in, he's going to talk. I'm not going to let him sit here for ages taking questions, but he's going to talk to everybody and probably go on too long. And then I'm going to kick him out, and then Ben Davis is also going to come in for your guys' questions as well. So if you want any questions from me, fire away. He'll be here in a couple of minutes.
Eddie, during these last few years, you spoke about rebuilding Anthony Joshua into world four as well, and getting to a third world title. He's just been beaten by Daniel Dubois. What is the plan now with Anthony Joshua?
Well, probably get a good kick tonight, or try. It's a difficult defeat, but you know, at this point you have to try and take any positives you can, and it's difficult because the start was disastrous. And the only positives I can take is the unbelievable heart and guts and nuts that he showed to never give up. And I said in the change room, I said, you know, the amount of times I've heard over the years of fighters say, you know, I will rather get knocked out than try and survive or lose on points. I will go out on my shield. He went out on his shield. Even when he didn't have his legs, he was trying to land the right hand and he was trying to find a way back in the fight. And remarkably, as bad as he performed tonight, or as many as mistakes that he made, he still could have won the fight. You know, 4th round he hurt Dubois, 5th round Dubois' legs buckled, and at that point I think this is going to be one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen. But walked on to a crushing right hand, and unfortunately there was no getting up from the last one.
Eddie, do you think the rematch is a realistic possibility?
Yeah, I mean, we have a contracted fight with Riyadh season that could include the Daniel Dubois rematch. I think we need time. You know, I mean, I don't think he could have boxed much worse tonight, but you have to give Dubois brilliant, you know, plenty of credit. He was brilliant tonight. He put the pressure on. We knew that he'd be dangerous in the early part of the fight, and the start couldn't have been worse, really. AJ will believe that he can box much better and beat him, but Dubois is going to be full of confidence. And we have to look what happens on December 21st. If Tyson Fury wins, or if Tyson Fury loses. But no immediate rush, but I know what AJ's like, and he would love to have another crack at it.
Eddie, AJ did say in the ring, can you just tell us what the game plan was tonight? Since he's been with you, he's been the old AJ, said we're going to ring, but from the first bell, I get he was a massive dangerous man, but what was the plan? Why couldn't he implement it?
Yeah, we knew Dubois, he returns all the time when he jabs, so that was something that he was looking to capitalise on. For whatever reason, you know, things didn't get going as we'd like to in the early part of the fight. That was just one of the things that we were looking to pick up on. Obviously there was a few other things as well. But just didn't manage to get the things that we was looking to get going early. And then a couple of things that we was looking on to capitalise on, like Eddie said at the end, there was a couple of very, very, very short spells of it. One of those was when he managed to land that right hand, and then there was a couple of things we wanted to do to follow up moments like that, and just didn't apply it the way we prepared to, unfortunately. But by that point, a lot had gone on. You know, he's not thinking straight. So yeah, difficult, very difficult pill to swallow.
Eddie, it's happened in fights before. When Josh was hurt in there, we've only seen it on the TV now. He started sticking his tongue out to the crowd. I guess I think the one was right in the far corner. I guess he's trying to tell you he's all right. But was that at you? Because it was about 10 seconds before he was on the other side of the fight.
No, I was asking for something from him, and he sort of said like, "I'm okay. Let me know he's okay." Actually talking in there, and then he come back for the last round and just said to me, "These are the moments that we live for," you know, and talked about rolling the dice, and that's what he done. Like Eddie said, you know, a lot of people talk about when they're having an off night, and that was an off night, and you know, I'd just like to say that me and my team have received a hell of a lot of credit for good performances that he's had. So it's important that we take responsibility for the bad performance as well. So we're willing to do that. But you spoke about rolling the dice, and like I said, a lot of people talk about when things aren't going well, I'll go out on my shield. But he did that tonight, and a lot of people talk about, is he hesitant to let his hands go? He showed he's not. He let his hands go. Unfortunately, he come off with a short straw tonight. But yeah, obviously we're very, very gutted.
Eddie, another positive 96,000 at Wembley Stadium. Sorry. One positive from the fight. I mean, 96,000 at Wembley Stadium tonight. A lot of people would argue without Anthony Joshua, considerable amount of stadium fights wouldn't be filled the way they were. I mean, how do you reflect on kind of, the massive crowd in there to support Anthony Joshua tonight?
It was incredible, and I think Daniel Dubois deserves a lot of credit as well. I don't think he was disrespected as the champion, but he was the clear B side in the fight, and he come out as a star tonight as well. I think he's a handful. He's a good young man, and he's come back from a lot as well. People have written AJ off before in the past. We all wrote Daniel Dubois off, me included. And actually he showed again tonight. So I took some good shots tonight. And it was only really when the 4th and 5th round come that I was thinking, actually we could start breaking him down here. But by then, like Ben said, because of the start, it's so difficult without a clear head to actually apply the things that he's been working on. And even then, my dad messaged me, he said, wow, he's made so many basic errors and still could have won the fight. And that's a positive to take out of it. That I said to him, you've got to be proud you even found a way back into the fight. Because after the second round, for me, the fight's done. It's over. And, people always question people's heart. Even the last knockout, he's up, he's scrambling to get up. He couldn't have tried another inch. And that's all you can give to people. And I think when you do that, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I might not have been good enough tonight. But I've tried my nuts off. And I gave everything. And I spoke to him last night and he said to me, I'm ready to go to the trenches tomorrow night. He went all the way in the trenches. People try to talk about taking a knee, spitting a gum shield out. I mean, listen, when Daniel Dubois hit me in the nuts in the 3rd or 4th round, I'm screaming at AJ to take the full 5 minutes. That's actually a little bit of inexperience. At that point when he couldn't stand up, he's been hit full blown in the conkers, right? All he's got to do to the ref is just, but that's not him. He just went to the ref, I'm fine, come on, let's go. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? And then it happened again. Because he just came to fight tonight. And, when you talk about entertainment, maybe vulnerability, but also a huge puncher who's prepared to let his hands go. It was a hell of a fight. And like I said, as gutted as we are, Daniel deserves a lot of credit because tonight was his crowning night. Not being elevated to interim champion. Tonight was the night that I believe he became a real world champion. And he's got a big future ahead of him as well.